It is indeed time to do an oil change on a Yamaha. Yamaha's getting its first oil change under my ownership. Let's see here. So, let's see what we got. So, I bought the bike. Okay, yeah, temperature low, all right. At 5,003 miles. The last oil change was done about 4,200 miles. So we're right at the 3,000 mile mark, but it's been almost a year, and the manual does say to do one every 6 months. And then, honestly, when you buy a new bike, used, new, whatever, new to you, you should just do an oil change right when you get it, because, you know, unless they have video proof or some shit of them changing oil, then you never know. But Yamaha does have a good oil indicator down here. I mean, it looks good still. I mean, it's still fairly clean, all things considered, from the looks. Of course, that glass indicator only really works if you have it pretty much perfectly level. Yamaha does make it pretty easy. Got the oil drain right here, and the filter's right up there. Here's what I got. I just went with the Liqui Moly 10W40 Street. And it came with 4 quarts. You only need 2.8 or so. That's the oil capacity. And then I just went ahead and got the same K&N filter that is currently on the bike. Part number KN204-1. If you want to get it. The reason I got this was not only because that's what I was using already, but I have seen a number of other people recommend it simply for this. The oil drain plug is a 17, and this has a 17 on it. Makes getting the oil filter off really, really easy. So yeah, that should be good to go. I had no issues. K&N supposedly makes pretty good filters and whatever, or I don't know. And then here's another thing which was recommended to buy. The, you can kind of see it in there. The Yamahas, these use a crush washer. And these pack of 15 on Amazon for like $6. Just get some M14 oil washers. Make sure you don't get any leaks at the oil plug. And of course, don't forget your drain pan. Dispose of your oil properly, guys. Don't go dumping it in the goddamn yard like some dumbass, all right? Let's do this properly. Just take it to AutoZone, all right? Step number 1, I just want that to read a temperature. Once it hits 106, it usually displays. I just want the oil to be able to flow out pretty good. If it's cold and, you know, doesn't flow very well, there we go. It's hit 106 degrees oil temp. So I'm just gonna let it run for maybe a minute or 2 more. See it's climbing up a little bit. All right, that should be good. Boop. And just for safety, take that all the way out. I'm just gonna go ahead and loosen the drain fill here. Oh God, this one is tight though, jeez. All right, let's see. There we go. Just makes it easier to drain out, less glugging and whatnot. So we'll just leave it like that. We don't want any dust to get in there, especially here in Georgia right now. I was just blowing off the driveway and my car. My car is in the garage. Clouds of pollen. Not cool, man. Let's go ahead and crack this before we start draining. Let's see. Ooh. Easy peasy. Let's go ahead and just get our hand on our. Let's make sure that's all the way up under there. Spin it off. There we go. Let's go ahead and set that right down. So of course we're gonna need this new filter. So let's go ahead and pop this thing out. Just gonna get this plastic up here. There we go. And with these K&Ns, it does look like it has a little bit of lubricant already on the seal. But I mean, yeah, make sure it is able to slide across the mating surface and seal fully there. Looks like we're done dripping off the oil filters. Let's go ahead and boop. Goes right up on there. There we go. Not really much point to pre-filling this because it's friggin' sideways, so. There we go, that should be good. Let's go ahead and get this crack loose here. Let's see, it's on Loosen there. There we go. Loosen that guy. Oh, nice and easy. Okay. All right, all right. We didn't get any Ugga Duggas on there. Thank you. It's not that hot, but I still... How long does this drain plug? All right. Am I getting on my fingers? What do you think? It's not gonna be like, ooh. Okay. Ooh. There we go. Let's move that right there. Nice. Let's let that drain completely here. All right. I got some on my fingers, but it was from holding that thing. All right, that was clean. All right, that was clean. Okay, as you can see, I got this loose, but yeah, you will need to get under there with something, either a thin flathead screwdriver. I use my pocket knife. Just get under there and get it separated. There we go. I'm gonna put this side down this way. There we go. Bam. All right. The whole time I was fiddling around with that, this has been draining. See, it's leaking pretty slow. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. All right. I've rotted on Instagram Reels for long enough. Let's just go ahead and... Oh, well, you know. Just gotta just do our due diligence, clean it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just clean up the surface. Make sure there's nothing there. Just gonna... Whoop. Screw that on there. All right. Make sure that crush washer is seated. That should be good. Yeah, you can see it's compressed in there. Let's do one more. Boop, boop, boop. Very nice. Shouldn't have any leaks. Now, boop. I might need to clean that out a little bit. Make sure your funnels are clean, boys. All right, so now once we got our funnel set up, we'll be ready to start filling. Cleaned it out, make sure it's nice and clean, no dust in there. You don't want that going straight in with the oil, so. There we go. Ready to fill it up with the liquid moly here. I am gonna need 2 hands with this. Let me set up the phone. I totally lied. They got 2 tops on here, so there's a little. There we go. Now it's ready to fill up. It's either gonna go perfectly or it's not. So this is 4.23 US quarts. This engine calls for like 2.8, so you know I'm gonna eyeball it. Just keep checking. Somebody just drove by smoking out loud pack. God damn. Hang on now. Hang on. Oh, close. We're getting close. We're gonna put a little bit more in there and we'll start her up and check. That should be good. Should be about right. All right, put that top. Oh, that top. Well, that looks good. So let's start it up. Fill the. So let's see. So if you look down here, that fresh Earl. These two. Where's my finger? Oh. Low, high level. You want to be kind of in here, but this still got some filling to do once we start it up. So once we start it up, we'll let it gurgle a little bit and see where it's at. So let's go from there. Take our funnel guy out. Tippy tap, tippy tap. Damn. Okay. Let's go right there. All right, chill. Get our this guy. Go. Boop, boop, boop. Remember keys. Does it start? The Yamster. Yeah, it's down. All right, let's keep filling. All right, we've topped it back up to the fill line, to the full line, I should say. Let's start her up again. See how we're doing. Shit, killed the battery. Hang on. Okay, we're now at the low after starting it. So let's add a little bit more. All right, we've topped it up a couple times, so we're letting it fully warm up. One more time. There we go. And then we'll turn it off, let it sit for a second, and that sight glass should be accurate. Mind you, when it's running, it looks bad. It looks like there's no oil, but you check it when the mic is off and warm. You turn it off, let it sit for a minute. While it's running, obviously the oil is in the engine, making the engine work. So once the mic's off, you'll be able to measure your oil. That is, yeah, it's scary, but there's oil in your engine. It is fine. It has to be off for you to be able to measure based on the sight glass. You can see my battery fucking died. God damn it. That's what we get for letting it sit without a tinder. You can see we got it fully up the temperature. We got it up to 200. You can see we got it up to 200. You can see the fan started running, so we got it fully up to operating temperature. And yeah, so we let it settle for a couple minutes. You can see it's at the upper line here. It's not quite, it's a little bit below. But so basically you want to let it sit for a couple minutes after it's been running, and you can think of this as a high, you can think of this as a low. Pretty much if it's below this, you fill it up, but you want it to be between these two lines once it's at temperature. They also kind of refer to these as a hot and a cold line. So there's that. So basically when it's fully hot, you just want to make sure it doesn't go above that. When it's fully cold, you don't want to go below that. That's how I'm going about it. At full operating temperature, I am more than happy with that. So we are filled all the way up. We have no leaks of any kind. No leaks. I'm just gonna go ahead and, since we ran it up to operating temperature, just give those a little snug up, making sure they don't move at all, get any tighter. And yeah, that should be it, man. Clean this up properly. Take it to a recycling center, man. Don't be an asshole and dump it in the trash or the garbage disposal or your sink or in the yard. Digging a hole does not count. You're not putting dinosaurs back where they came from. Synthetic bullshit in this shit, you know what I'm saying? That gets in the water table, you're fucking hella shit up, man. All right? But yeah, fresh oil change. Yamaha's happy. Well, battery of the Yamaha's not happy. But the Yamaha's happy. I'm happy. And we're ready for this riding weather to start up again, man. Of course, we'll be playing that with by ear. You know, like I mentioned, the pollen in the air trying to kill me.